Zielona sukienka. Dobrze. Zielona sukienka. Oho. No, chyba coś było pite.
Good morning, gentlemen, and what a grand morning it is, too. We have just cause for celebration. Galloway and Phelps are sending another fiend to San Quentin. A nice showy trial, and he'll be strapped down with gas seeping into his tiny reptile brain.
Tak jest.
Now, the fresh business. Galloway and Phelps, the task is at hand. The address is on the hill, north downtown off Fremont Avenue.
Okay.
Skipper, is the new letter genuine?
Now, boys, we all know how many imbeciles have confessed in the short
Through the
case.
red light. That
Ray
you never
Pinker
find
was
a
no
morning
good
indeed.
time.
No tak, bo
We keep
tam
locking them up, but the
teraz te
bodies
fake-
keep piling up.
fejkowe mogą być.
As long as the bricks hold up at San Quentin, I'll always be killers in this town.
Chciałem powiedzieć, że mogą być fejkowe przyznania się do winy, bo
Stop.
historia zna już takie przypadki. No ale raczej tą Black Dahlię mamy ogarniętą. Czy ten Finbar idzie, czy on nie idzie? Gdzie? Ja pierdolę. Człowiek. Jedziemy. Idziemy na wzgórze. Kolejna sprawa jest do rozwiązania.
First the letter, and now another body. Come on, you can't keep on telling me there's not a killer still out there.
You know, Phelps, all these arrests on your record are giving you a...
Phelps nie wierzy.
You don't want them turning into unsolved.
Getting a vicious killer off the streets is more important than my reputation.
Really?
And besides, landing a big fat marlin is more impressive than an ocean full of minnows.
The minnows make it the man, Phelps. You can't always hit home runs. Sometimes you just gotta make first base.
O ile w innych przypadkach tych spraw poprzednich miałem wątpliwości, tak tutaj wydaje mi się, że typ z warzywniaka no to jest po prostu killer, no nie ma innej opcji, no on pasuje idealnie, no wszystko, kurde, no. No nie wiem, w sensie...
That guy there will lead us up.
Zobaczymy co tutaj się
Stealing
wydarzy.
myself for what I'm about to see.
That'll just be another dead body. Get used to seeing them. We're the gig when we're working homicide, Phelps.
No, może się pomyliłem. Może to będziemy dalej ciągnąć jeszcze tego serial killera.
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death?
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
No dobrze. O,
It appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
przynajmniej jakaś wskazówka, jeśli chodzi o lokację. Dobra, tutaj nie ma żadnych śladów zerwanej biżuterii, może na tej ręce, bo zazwyczaj tak było. Też nie ma teraz. No kurwa, coś się pozmieniało. To może być coś, to może być dobra, to może być zupełnie inna sprawa, chociaż jest ten element sznura, nie? Znowu. No nie wiem. Jak on przechodzi w ogóle nad tym, jest. Hajs. Po prostu hajs. Co my tu mamy?
This guy was willing to rat his own mother after I sweated.
Numer 41 czy nie?
Killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
O, to jest pytanie.
Never the same, are they? Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same.
Dobra. Czy coś jeszcze tutaj będę w stanie znaleźć? Butelka to mi nie pomoże, ale może... Co się stało?
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
No dobra.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
No, raczej mówi prawdę.
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Przywódca bezdomnych.
You've been a big help.
Zajebiście.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
No, dzięki, dzięki.
Goddamn captain's making me resubmit.
Ale najpierw, zanim zadzwonię, to jeszcze chcę sprawdzić... Czekaj, bo ja byłem... Tutaj. Chciałbym przeskoczyć... Mogę przeskoczyć przez to, czy... O, no właśnie. Czy tu nic nie zostało zostawione, bo takie rzeczy już się zdarzały, prawda? Że nóż na przykład w śmietniku, zakrwawiony nóż, w sensie takie rzeczy. Ja się chętnie rozejrzę, bo... No nie zdziwiłoby mnie tak, gdybym jeszcze gdzieś w okolicy mógł coś znaleźć. Ale nie widać. Nie widać. Czyli możemy zadzwonić po prostu i ustalić adresy.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services, 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective.
No dawaj.
There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks, ma'am.
Jadę od razu do obozu bezdomnych. Pralnia pralnią, ale jedziemy tam od razu do nich.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, I guess we ought.
Pewnie, że powinniśmy. Taki drift. O, no i tyle z tego Trzeba znaleźć koniecznie tego bezdomnego. To jest mocna jakaś tam poszlaka. Nic nie przyjmuję, bo my tutaj mamy sprawę do rozwiązania, taką konkretną, także stary... Not this time.
No siren belt?
Strasznie...
This some form of stealth attack?
Strasznie zarzuca tym autem. Dobra. Obóz bezdomnych, 12:04, ale aura jest... ciekawa.
We're looking for a tall man with a disfigured face. You know him?
Huh? What? I've fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
The bum isn't here.
Look at these people.
We should follow the lead. These guys can wait. At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those white bucks.
O nie, ja tam wchodzę od razu. Halo. Kolega lewituje, widzę. Zajebisty obóz. Siemano, możemy pogadać, czy... Chyba widzę, że niechętnie. Mogę gdzieś wejść? Nie mogę. No fajnie to macie. Tutaj u was nie pada, to jest też... Nieważne. Nie mogę przejść dalej w ogóle, więc... Może faktycznie jest to obecnie zablokowane, albo po prostu źle poszedłem. To też jest bardzo możliwe. Siema. Przewróciłem cię, sorry.
Optimistic, Cole.
No. To może być ten typ, którego szukamy. To może być ewidentnie ten typ. Czy ja coś tutaj znajdę? Poza zdjęciem? No chyba nie. Tylko fota. Nic więcej tu nie ma. Ten na zegarek patrzy ostentacyjnie. Nie wkurwaj mnie nawet, Finbar, bo... Ty nie masz żadnych pomysłów. Wszystko ogarniam sam ja.
What's your beef with this guy, Phelps?
No dobra. Faktycznie trzeba będzie wrócić jak typa tutaj zastaniemy, bo nie ma kogo przesłuchać, nic tutaj nie znajdę chyba. Jest po prostu lipa. Liczyłem na to, że może się uda coś ogarnąć. Bo trzeba sprawdzać to wszystko, kurwa, trzeba sprawdzać. Ten bar będzie mi się...
No message.
Przypominał jeszcze.
Excuse me? There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on it. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to MROCZNA and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole.
No sznur
End
na
of
przykład, nie?
conversation. Understand?
KGPL 20 Century Unit. The citizen reports a man with a gun on Grand between...
Nigdzie nie jedziemy. Do żadnych uzbrojonych typów. Jedziemy do pralni. Rozwiązujemy sprawę, bo to jest robota do wykonania. Prowadzenie tego auta jest... jest jakaś tragedia. Naprawdę. No ale dobrze. Jest pralnia, okej. Dzień dobry. Siemano.
What do you think?
Sprawa
You
mam,
remember
sprawę
that
mam.
tag number? Ask the guy, see what he knows.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look.
Mega pomysł.
You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
No, w ten sposób
You wrote the
namierzymy
number
adres,
down on
nie?
that dress, is it there?
Czekaj. Nie lokacje, tylko poszlaki. Jaki to był numer? F1, F1363. 1363. Tutaj.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
No i jedziemy, no i pięknie.
Any ideas?
You have a lead. Let's find out what the husband has to say for himself.
On zawsze męża oskarża, jakiegokolwiek. No, wiadomo, że zawsze musi być w gronie podejrzanych, ale... Znaczy nie musi, no ale... Zazwyczaj jest. No to też taka zasada, że zawsze tam się szuka podejrzanych z najbliższego otoczenia.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. Nordic type show a particular disposition for this stuff.
Dobra. Bliziutko. Bliziutko. O, dzieciaczki są. Jest
Hello?
mąż, ojciec.
Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Tarleton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Tarleton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Tarleton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
It's
that...
procedure. You see to your girls.
No chyba nie ogarniają. Za bardzo.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem,
O
Tarleton?
kurwa.
Let him search. You got nothing to hide. You want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling
This
out a
isn't what
missing
we're looking
persons report actually rules them out as a suspect.
Ten gość jest... Finbar jest mocny.
Incidental.
To już było sprawdzane. Dobra.
Need to check if she was a regular.
Wszyscy do tych barów chodzą. Fota.
I wonder why the picture was
No właśnie,
taken down.
no właśnie. No, coś mogło być nie tak między nimi. Coś mogło być nie tak. Jest to rebunia nawet.
Junk.
Jak Coś jeszcze, czy... Na pewno? Nic tu więcej nie ma? No, co ty gadasz? Czekaj, on tutaj sobie siedzi. No, tu też bar.
Bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
A, ten, dobra. Miał go pilnować oczywiście, ale...
If you'd excuse me, ladies.
Pin bar jest taki, że nie można na nim polegać za bardzo.
Circumstantial.
So she went out without her handbag? She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind.
No, mogła być wypita albo... coś tam.
At least she was spared that particular indignity.
Okej.
Lars was out in the rain last night.
Czekaj, tu jest gdzieś...
I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
Telefon. Gdzie jest, kurwa, ten telefon? Tutaj.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thank you.
Ja bym sobie jeszcze zerknął na tył domu, tak szczerze. Bo... czasami można... dorwać ciekawe... O! O stary, masz przejebane, jest sznur. Znaczy no nie, no wiadomo, że to jeszcze nie jest 100% pewne, ale tutaj no to może być ciekawe pod tym kątem. Dobrze było, dobra decyzja, że tutaj się wybraliśmy poza... znaczy za dom po prostu. Więcej już chyba nie znajdę. Nic ciekawego tutaj. Ale no... ten sznur może być spoko. To jest... Dobra, gadamy stary.
For the record, Mr. Tarleton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
No już mi się nie podobasz. Około 2 w nocy. Nalepka z pralni, ciski płótów. Ślady opon. Pralnia. Trzeba go docisnąć po prostu.
For the record, Tarleton, did you kill your wife?
Oh my god. No. I didn't kill my wife. And fuck you for suggesting it.
No nie trafiłem, ale spokojnie.
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right. Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
Kurwa, ciężki temat. Bardzo ciężki. Czy nie to chciałem kliknąć. Muszę chyba użyć intuicji jednak. Będzie ciężko. Zapytaj
Let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue.
No, pojedziemy tam na pewno, ale...
She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
I tutaj robimy kłamstwo.
I think you're in an unhappy marriage, Lars. I think you're lying, and you would like to get it off your chest.
You telling me my wife was unhappy? What proof do you have of that?
I to zdjęcie, to zdjęcie, to zdjęcie. Czy będzie to zdjęcie? Nie ma zdjęcia, więc...
Sorry. Sometimes you have to shake the tree to see what falls out.
Muszę zakwestionować.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
Kurwa...
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
Bo masz mokrą kurtkę, stary.
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut. I walked her home from Bobby's, but nothing happened. I walked back and got the car this morning.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Terrellson. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
Ten to umie pocieszyć, naprawdę jest mocny.
Appreciate your time, sir.
Dobra, jedziemy do baru.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Jedziemy do baru. Koniecznie. Ale rzuca, ja jebie. No nie mów, że...
Watch where you're driving, you maniac!
Dobra, spokojnie, nic się nie dzieje, tak? O, jesteśmy. Elegancko. Baru Magnata. 13:13.
All these grits? Gents, drink?
Siemano.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrellson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions.
No.
What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
No to coś tu... Coś tu nie gra chyba, no bo on mówił, że... A dobra, już mi się pojebało wszystko. No chyba mówi prawdę. Nie wiem. Tak.
On foot, in a car, by bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
Food wasn't great, but you're real nice.
No, sprawdzimy. Taksóweczkę
Put out an
sprawdzimy.
APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable. Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
No, trzeba zakwestionować.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
No to zaraz.
Any
Pięknie.
idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
She was murdered, Benny. Brutally murdered.
Tak, tam
If you
na sam
like
koniec.
this lady, you should give us something.
You telling me I'm not cooperating? Watch it, pal.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
Dobra, weźmy tego typa.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. You can't let the son of a bitch get away.
When the hell's the food gonna arrive
No
already?
czemu uciekasz, kurwa? Czemu uciekasz?
Go, Phelps, get after it. Come on, got a ride. Get in and drive. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
No weź. Wpadli mi pod No nie, no to są jaja. To są...
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the victim.
Listen, a creature of habit is your
Też
killer.
tak
For
myślę.
some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Kurwa, jeszcze mi spierdoli teraz. Ja nie umiem jeździć. Nie umiem. Prowadzenie tych aut tutaj to jest...
God damn it, get after him,
Dobra.
Cole. I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
No wpadł, no znowu mi podpadł. No. Teraz...
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
No zejdź z drogi, no przecież...
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the victim.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine. Hit it. Clean this asshole off the road.
Próbuję.
I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck. Let's end this farce.
Mamy go.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Hands behind your head.
Poszło gładko. Prawie. Gdyby nie to, że za drugim
You're
razem.
gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead, and your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to
gross.
sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
On też pierdoli, no. Ale użyję intuicji.
You've done time,
Tak
haven't you,
jest.
Richard? Is that why you ran? I'm on parole. On what offense? Sexual assault.
No to...
Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice, private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Dobra. Szybki telefon.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man. Thanks.
Kurwa, szczerze mówiąc... Coraz coraz więcej poszlak. Ja bym chciał tego bezdomnego jeszcze wyczaić. Ale cholera wie, kiedy on... Obóz bezdomnych, no nie ma.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow
Jadę za
cab
taksówką.
number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station.
Jadę za
Now heading
taksówką.
west on 7th Street.
Od razu. Koniecznie.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, though. Cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
You see our taxi anywhere?
Nie. Nie widzę.
Yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
Jest chyba.
Where's that cab got to now?
O, tutaj jest.
3591, that's him there, Phelps. Hit the siren.
LAPD, we're investigating a murder.
What's that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's Bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It's a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
Any Century unit, a possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, unit to handle code 3, identify.
Kurwa. Dobra, no jedziemy. Ale mogę tam wrócić. Z jakiegoś powodu mogę tam wrócić. No to bym tam pojechał jeszcze raz. Nie wiem, co mi to da, ale z ciekawości nawet. Tak, gdyby tam nie było żadnej aktywności, to by było przekreślone chyba w notatniku, a to znaczy, że można coś tam jeszcze podziałać, albo się coś wydarzy. Dlaczego tak zarzuca? Spokój się. Oczywiście źle pojechałem. Wiadomo. Nie mogło być inaczej. Musiałem źle pojechać. Dobra. Wysiadka. A on dalej siedzi. Słuchaj, możemy pogadać jeszcze, czy... Nie ma tych, nie ma dzieci. Ktoś zabrał kidy. Numer buta, kurwa, numer buta do sprawdzenia.
You can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene.
To była...
We've got Sailor Boy offering himself up on a plate back at Central.
O,
Let's go.
no i pięknie, no i wszystko się zgadza. Ten numer buta był kluczowy tutaj. 8 to jest... To nie jest chyba 41. Dobra, i teraz, no i teraz możemy jechać na komendę i tam się wyjaśni. Chyba. Chociaż jeszcze jest ten wątek z tym bezdomnym.
This officer needs help. Bank of America 7th and Olive. Officer needs help. Bank of America 7th and Olive.
Nie mam czasu teraz na
Unit to handle code 3 identify.
napady na banki, słuchaj. Nie ma czasu. Jedziemy na makowca. To jest ważniejsze aktualnie. Hola, 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 hola. Dobra, typ się zgłosił. Coś jeszcze tam było na tej komendzie do zrobienia. Coś jeszcze było, już nie pamiętam. No.
He's in interview too. Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Ale sam się zgłosił, to jest mega ciekawe. Dwójka jest tutaj.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble, that's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning. You went to Barron's Bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Terrellson?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
Zakwestionuj.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
Dobra.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Terrellson.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup.
Okay.
Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab and I caught a bus back to the base.
Czy ja jestem w stanie... Okej. Kurwa, nie mam tych
You're lying, Jessup. Tell me where you went.
punktów
I'm telling
intuicji.
you, I caught a bus back to the base. What makes you say different?
No nie jestem w stanie mu tego zarzucić. Mogę
Don't
zakwestionować.
ask, you never find out.
Tak
We
jest.
spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband balling, about her kids. She looked old. Left around closing, maybe 1:30. We got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American, 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa?
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
Mhm.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
It's not how I'd put it.
Co za śmieć.
Tell the truth, Jessup. You were running out of time. You wanted to get laid and Teresa wouldn't come across. It made you crazy, so you strangled her with a piece of rope.
For Christ's sake, that's not true. I felt sorry for her. What proof do you have that I strangled her?
No kurwa, nie mam żadnego, że ją udusiłeś, ale... Nie mam żadnego dowodu.
I've never struck a woman in my life. Done a few things I'm ashamed of, but that's not one of them.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in two in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
No to musimy go
What now?
namierzyć.
Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
Tu jest tyle opcji teraz nagle.
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hoof. Still no hard evidence on any.
Dobra, pojadę najpierw do...
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Albo nie.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K,
Albo dobra.
roger that. Plenty of time to get downtown, folks.
It's possible. Have them bring him in.
KGPL, we have Lars Carrollson picked up.
11K, roger.
Pojedziemy na dworzec, a potem do tego bezdomnego. Kurwa, chociaż z drugiej strony ja na dworzec mogę pojechać w każdej chwili, a bezdomnego możemy potem nie namierzyć znowu, więc trzeba jechać, póki wiadomo, gdzie jest. No. To mi się wydaje lepszym rozwiązaniem. Zobaczymy. Dobrze jadę chyba. O! Typ już strzelbę wyciągnął. Dobra, to jest ten, okej.
LAPD, we'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic. You need to hold out to the cavalry round.
How do we do that?
Like this.
O kurwa.
If you want your rightful
These men know they're harboring a
we need
murderer.
to fight for it.
No nie gadaj. Dobra, szybko ubity został.
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Kolejny podejrzany. No już tu byłem na tej chacie.
The
A
Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it, see what you find.
teraz jest sznur zakrwawiony.
Looks familiar.
Źle to wygląda.
Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terrelson's chin.
Zdjęcie już przejąłem. Jeszcze raz będzie? O. No jeżeli to będzie ona, to... Crystal
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
To będzie ciekawe. Gazetkę sobie od razu obczaimy. A tu jest wątek tego psychiatry chyba znowu, nie? Czy nie? Zaginiona morfina.
Still working, Jack. I'm off to the Lighthouse Club in Santa Monica.
Hello, Jack.
Mr. Benson, this is Courtney Sheldon. He's a buddy of mine from the war.
Well, I'm sure you two will want to polish some old war stories. Good evening, Jack. Mr. Sheldon.
Good night, sir. Take a seat, Courtney.
We need your help, Jack.
I told you I would have nothing to do with that.
I'm fine too, Jack. Medical school's going well. I got a part-time job.
Do dope peddlers need part-time jobs?
We made a mistake and we're in trouble, Jack. A local gangster, Mickey Cohen, is putting on the squeeze.
So hand it over, walk away. What's stopping you?
We had a deal with them that they would dole it out slowly. They said they would supply abortion clinics and doctors, but they've been moving it on to addicts, and they can't cope with the purity.
So your problem is with gangsters being dishonest.
My problem is that people are dying, and that if this gets back to us, we'll all end up in jail.
So how am I supposed to help, Courtney? This isn't the war. I can't just wave a magic wand and clean up your mess.
We want you to negotiate, Jack.
The only thing these guys understand is force, Sheldon. They got to the top back east by proving to be more vicious than the English, the Irish, and the Dutch. They make their own laws. That's the nature of a secret society. For God's sake, Courtney, you want to be a doctor. How can you fight with that?
We are better trained, Jack.
I didn't make it through the war to come back to this kind of shit, Sheldon.
Okej, to jest mocny... mocny jakiś wątek mafijny. Ciekawe, czy Cole będzie w to zamieszany później, czy nie. Nieważne, teraz trzeba się skupić na tym, żeby... Co? A poczekaj, bo tak wybiegłem. Sznur. Poza sznurem coś tu jest? Nie, tutaj nie. Tu była portmonetka. No zdjęcie już obczajałem. Nie, no nic tu więcej nie będzie. Dobra. Czyli tak. Teraz trzeba będzie się udać. Zanim na komendę jeszcze chcę sprawdzić ten dworzec, bo tam nie byliśmy. Oni z komendy nie uciekną, wszyscy tam są. Co tu się odpierdala? Co za dźwięki? Może się Finbar spierdolił ze schodów? Nie wiem. Ale to było dziwne.
He drove me up to Mulholland.
Ja też jakoś kurwa... Nie wiem, którędy w ogóle ja tam wjechałem i teraz pobiegłem, nieważne już. Ech. Dobra. No. Jedziemy. No. Stary.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same stick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here.
No, to prawda.
All we need is a confession and we can charge the bum with murder.
Bo są... motyw jest nieznany z tym bezdomnym. Ale... No kurwa, no przecież... Jej rzeczy były znalezione u niego, więc... Zakrwawiony sznur... Rzeczy osobiste... No jak to wytłumaczy niby? To jest pytanie. Jak on to będzie chciał wytłumaczyć? Ale zanim ich posłuchamy, to jeszcze tutaj w sprawie tego marynarza pojedziemy na dworzec. No i tam się przekonamy, czy faktycznie tam się jeszcze coś nie wydarzyło. Opcji jest coraz więcej, co nie ułatwia sprawy, a wręcz przeciwnie. Halo? Aha. No sporo ludzi.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
No dobrze.
I saved a whole year for that car.
The cop from the papers.
That's the one. About a week ago, this guy murdered his wife and dumped the body.
We need to run the loop.
That's the cop who put him away.
Musimy namierzyć i
We're not
sprawdzić.
gonna drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
If that hill won't buy you something nice, I'll find someone who will.
O kurwa, faktycznie będę musiał prawdopodobnie obejrzeć całą. O pierdziele. No, wsiadaj.
All-American 7-4, let's go get him.
Pojedziemy tędy.
This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork.
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am.
Znajdziemy go chyba. Chyba. Mógłbym syrenę włączyć, ale już sobie odpuszczę. Powinien być po lewej stronie ten autobus. Tak mi się wydaje. Chyba, że coś się spieprzy tutaj mocno. Gdzie? Gdzie jest kurwa ten autobus? A! Nie, to jest tramwaj, co jest? Co, będę tak jeździł teraz? Ten autobus był, czy mi się coś pojebało? Ja go nie widziałem. Nie no. Nie było go, co on pierdolił? Nie było tego autobusu. Ja jebie. Albo jestem ślepy i był i... No to by było przykre. Teraz będę musiał jechać znowu takie kółko, no ale no nie... Nie, no niemożliwe to jest. Gdzie jest ten cholerny autobus? Kurwa, no jak oni jeżdżą, jak jeżdżą? O! Tutaj. No nie było go wcześniej, teraz się pojawił, 100%. Halo.
There's the bus, Cole. Turn on the siren and pull her over.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
Obóz dla... Okej. Dobra.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers, left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
No, to jest teraz główny podejrzany. Raczej się z tego nie wywinie. No nie ma szans, żeby się wywinął. W sumie. Dobra. Czas na przesłuchanie.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a
We're going this way.
I want to put him down in one round.
Tutaj.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terrellson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
Kurwa. Czekaj.
Are you denying that you strangled Mrs. Terrellson with a length of rope?
I'm not denying anything. You have to have proof, lackey.
A, okej. To masz przejebane aktualnie, bo ja tutaj... Czekaj, to nie.
We found a matching piece of rope in your lean-to. I think we'll find the blood will match too.
I own no property. How could it belong to me?
A bus driver dropped Mrs. Terrellson near your camp around 2 a.m. Why did you take her up to the hill?
Which hill? I have many places. I go where I please.
You're lying, Ackerman. There must be a reason. You could have killed her in the camp.
My reasons are my own. Can you disprove what I say?
No nie jestem chyba w stanie udowodnić, że skłamałeś. Niestety. No chyba, że to... No ale to spieprzę raczej. Kurde.
Looks like I made a mistake.
To musiał zakwestionować, tak mi się wydaje.
You are clearly insane, Ackerman.
Jest.
The state
Dobrze.
of California does not execute mental patients.
I don't know the names of the women I've killed, but I've killed many of them. Their necks are so fragile.
No mega pojeb.
Where were you around 2 a.m. last night?
At the camp.
Jakie mam mu udowodnić, że on kłamie? Nie jestem w stanie tego zrobić. Nie jestem w stanie tego zrobić i nie jestem w stanie mu udowodnić, że kłamie. Kurde. Muszę zakwestionować, no ale... Dobra.
Someone reliable. Someone who will be around on the day of the trial.
Fuck your trial. The capitalist system needs another victim from amongst the masses. So be it.
Stuart Ackerman, I am charging you with the murder of Teresa Terrellson.
Kolejny aresztowany. Tam był ten typ z warzywniaka wcześniej.
A man down on his luck I can abide. But a filthy red who chooses to live outside the rules of society I cannot stomach. Maybe poor Teresa Terrellson will provide the catalyst we need. I've spoken to the chief and the mayor, and I think it's time we send some men in to remove the godless and send them on their way over the county line. A grand day that will be, gentlemen. And a grand result you have brought me. You two are fast becoming my finest crusaders.
No dobrze, podsumowanie. Podsumowanie sprawy. 17 na 17, 14 na 17 z reakcji. No kurde. Uszkodzenia pojazdu to tam... A, jeśli tylko Stuart zostanie uznany za zdolnego do zeznawania przed sądem, może udawać niepoczytalnego i tam psychiatryk na przykład, czy coś, nie? Albo go dojadą. A Kol już Już tutaj oblatany na salonach.
You say that you were only fooling. Don't walk away. Don't do me wrong. Don't leave me singing this torched song when I'm burning.
Zamordowana sekretarka. Myślałem, że pociąg przejedzie.